uniting the crew as they journey through. Wanderpus, their hearts entwined, sailing through memories left behind, stitching the bonds that forever tie, sailing to where the sea meets the sky. Way weavers weave a tapestry grand, unraveling mysteries hand in hand, sailing the waves beyond the stars they soar, forever seeking more and more. Explorers at heart with whimsy and glee, the Wanderpus crew set their spirits free, in pursuit of good with chaos untamed, to find a new place to make their names. Wanderpus, their hearts entwined, sailing through memories left behind, stitching the bonds that forever tie, sailing to where the sea meets the sky. Wanderpus, their hearts entwined, sailing through memories left behind, stitching the bonds that forever tie, sailing to where the sea meets the sky. Wanderpus, their hearts entwined, sailing through memories left behind, stitching the bonds that forever tie, sailing to where the sea meets the sky.
New pair of pants. That was so amazing.
It was. We were so happy when that when we did that. Is like, I think Nika's like notes on the song with note a 10 out of 10, no notes.
That's
Yeah, so we have a theme
Excellent.
song now. So yeah, yeah, we have a
I mean,
theme
we
song.
can't follow that up. I mean, come
Nope,
on.
nope, we're done. Game's over. No, I was very happy with how it came out. Incredibly happy. But anyway, so today's game could have been me. It is this is not a debate, not really, but it is like a town hall meeting that you guys are like. We have known that they are going to be running for mayor, but this is you guys getting to see them as mayor. So the way it's going to work is in the chat, if you have something that you want to say, like say that you raise your hand in something and either Krieg or Bobert can call on you. You do not have to be yourself. You do not have to be your character. But if you are, whoever you are, tell me who you are. If you are an NPC from like off the streets of Silver Thimble, tell me that. If you're a journalist for some like made up paper, tell me that. If you own a small shop, you have to tell me these things. So these are going to become like the real thing. So oh yeah, it's so it is Saturday morning because like yeah, that's what we asked for. We 1000% asked. I like the main note was I wanted something like Thundercats or Gummy Bears that has a very like chantable like chorus. And I think like a sick guitar solo is what I specifically asked for. But and with that we are going to start off the game. Yeah, and so yeah, that's it. If you have something to say or you have a question to ask, raise your hand. There will be other mechanics to this game, but yeah, it'll be fine. We'll all be good. And obviously, we have Toast playing Krieg.
Hello there.
And we have Rob playing Bobert.
Hey.
And in the center here, this is Noelle. She is taking a time off from the diving bell. Don't worry, Blue's in charge over there. Blue's the big bear wizard, in case anybody didn't get that joke that I was making. The big buff bear wizard. He works at the diving bell now. And he also really likes Forge.
Ooh.
I think that's just a thing that needs to be said. And so, like, you guys, like, all your characters are, like, right just out of view. We can't see them, but this place is packed, shoulder to shoulder. Okay. So Noelle, like, just clears her throat as you two are, like, standing at your little podiums, too, and she's at her podium, and she's like, welcome, everybody. Today, we have our first introduction to our mayoral candidates. We have... Obviously, we all know former accountant to the Wander crew, Krieg Vernix.
Hello there.
And we have Bobert, like known like casino entrepreneur, has a real estate business of his own. Little bit of a mixed response when he decided to throw his hat into the game, but here he is. And of course, I'm Noelle, and I will be seating all of the questions. And can I get an opening statement from you two? Why do you think that you will be a good mayor to the Silver Thimble? Not the Lockstitch Academy. That is just a part of the Silver Thimble.
Well, I'd be more than happy to let Krieg go first.
Why, thank you. Ever the nice person. For my opening statement, I would like to put out there, if I am elected mayor, I will do my best to make sure that the city thrives, not only for its people, but for the other residents that find their way here, be they be just tourists, or may they be future residents. I'm here to help everyone situated and feel like they belong and have a good place to go, and have no worries for anyone who decides to live here at the Silver Thimble. Thank you.
There's a Noelle, excellent. Thank you very much, candidate Vernix. And Bobert.
Yes, I'd like to thank everyone for showing up tonight, giving me the opportunity to speak, and I'd like to thank the moderator, Noelle, for taking time out of their day to moderate over this event. I have been an entrepreneur for some time, and I'm pretty successful at that, and I hope to bring that success to the Silver Thimble and help grow and prosper.
Excellent. It's just like, and it's quite okay. Thank you for thanking me. I appreciate that. And so, can I get which one of you want to roll a 20-sider first?
I'll let Mr. Bobert go first, as I took the opening statement first.
Alright, so we got a 3. Alright, so technical difficulties are going to start happening throughout the debate. Krieg, against Bobert, you are able to say when his mic goes out. Once. Just, you get to hold on to that advantage.
Okay.
So, Noelle, leans over with her, cards to Bobert, and she's just like, alright, Bobert, our first question, presented to us from many of the established citizens around the Silver Thimble, is... It says here that we have concerned citizen... Anonymous. Okay. So, Anonymous, if you are in the crowd, this is your question. They say, you have a bit of a shady past with the history of an attempted takeover of the Lockstitch Academy. How do you feel about people claiming that you are little more than a thief?
Well, Anonymous, I appreciate your question or your concern. None of that has been proven to be true, so I'd like to just have you keep that in mind. And I hope that my future endeavors as mayor will prove to you that I am a good soul when it comes to the library and everything.
And she's like, I suppose there hasn't been any actual proof of that event. Okay. And Mr. Vernix, I have a very similar question here for you, and it says, name withheld. Excellent. Name withheld, this is your question. Mr. Vernix, it has been said that you are quite the thief in and of your own, and there is evidence that links back multiple robberies against the flamingos directly to you. Very specific name, but how do you respond?
Well, these allegations are as what they are, allegations. We have come across Bobert or his flamingos on a time or two. We have done our best to help out in situations that needed it or enact laws if any rules were broken. So I assure you there was no uncouth behavior, as we only had the best interest of the concerned parties at hand.
Excellent, excellent. Do I have any questions from the audience? I would like to, and she, Noelle raises her hand, and she's just, I would like to get the ball rolling from questions from the audience. But specifically, something I am very interested in asking is I would like an outside opinion before we get into like the real nitty-gritty of the Silver Thimble politics. Like, we know that we are all in this world, some of us, many of us, are in this world, and it is not our world. But I would like to ask somebody that it is their world. And I do happen to see you in the audience, and I've seen you around my bar. Mr. Is it Forge, is it? Could you stand up and introduce yourself and let us know what you think is necessary, that is needed in the Silver Thimble to make it part of this world? Oh shit, I think we actually have to change Forge's allowances to be able to join the call. Ah.
Way too stunned to know that Blue likes him. He forgot what he was doing.
Blue is very impressive.
Any relation to Stefan?
Different universe.
Oh.
But very, oh, hello, Forge. Now that, here's the microphone. Thank you. Go ahead. What do you think the Silver Thimble needs to prosper in this new world of ours? Yours. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes, I am Forge of Hammerpaw. Testing what this is working, correct? Okay.
I believe it's working. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, no, it seems to check out.
Okay, good. Okay, I am speaking into this thing. Okay, so there, the thing I believe is unity through technology and progression. Can you provide that?
Okay, Bobert. How do you think that you could help the technology level of the Silver Thimble to better the world? And Krieg, it's going to be the same question to you.
Well, I believe improving on trade would help dramatically. If I was elected mayor, I would be able to work on infrastructure, helping improve waterways for transportation of goods, monitor the waterways and the airways, and I think trading with our other neighbors would be best beneficial in boosting relations as well as our economy.
Very, very strong answer. And, Miss Forge, do you believe that trade is a solid foundation in this world?
It is very important, because how can you unite people's hearts and minds without sharing ideas and merchandise?
Oh, absolutely. Krieg, how do you believe that we could make the Silver Thimble benefit the world on a technological level?
My friend Bobert there raises some good points. We do have lots of people that we know, and other people we're getting to know that can aid us in this technological need. We have things of our own we can share with the world, and they have things that they can share with us. We need to stand together and then share information so that everyone is being able to move forward instead of just a select few.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do appreciate my counterpart's points there. I was wondering what good people he was referring to, if one of those was known crime boss Sal that he's been known to work with.
I think the whole crowd oohs.
Well, it is true that we have worked with him. We have also had dealings with the fine people over at Holt, as well as the people from Hypno. And we are also reaching out to the dwarfs on the other side for folk songs. So we work with a large variety of people. There's even some who used to work with the former Streamlord, which was a terror, but now turned into
Doom Squad!
a lovely interior designer. We all have shady pasts. Not everyone's perfect. I'm sure you are more than aware of. Everybody has things that they've done, such as, you know, certain things have gone missing or buildings burnt down, but we do what we can to help out and try to avoid any problems.
Oh, Forge dropped out before. I was gonna let them say goodbye, but thank you very much for that, man. Amazing. Mwah. Tomb Squad. The crowd is going a little restless with just yelling Tomb Squad at this time. But you do. Yeah. You guys both see people in the crowd like whispering back and forth about. You do hear Sal's name come up multiple times. I believe Puffin said that Spike Puffin stuff of the Silver Gazette would like to.
Yeah,
Oh,
we can answer questions they might have.
I believe Spike Puffin stuff would like to follow up on the comment that Bobert made about waterways and trade. Go ahead and jump in the call if you have the ability. If not, we can. If you want to ask a question but you can't jump in the call, just ask it. That's fine too. But Noel, it's just like, yes, you there with the. I don't know what. I can't see you. You're in the dark. Can you describe to me how you look, Spike, and what your name is?
Spike is actually a little puffer fish inside of a bowl that was put on a chair. But he is somehow writing furiously in his notepad when he realizes that he's been pointed out. He'll look up and he'll like kind of fluff out a little bit and then like contain himself. And he'll say something and a bubble will form above his head and then slowly race to the top of the bowl and then pop above it, and that's how he actually talks.
Yeah, go ahead with your question.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Introduce. I cut you off.
Yeah.
That's my fault.
Yes, hello. My name is Smike Puffinstuff from the Silver Gazette. I would like to know I have a couple of questions. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. It's been a while since we've had one of these. So what is your plan for transportation through the town for, someone like me and other people that don't quite get around on our, feet, since we don't have any. What is your plan for transportation through waterways? Or, facilitating us to get through the city?
All right. Krieg, do you mind taking this one first?
Sure.
What is?
Oh.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. If I am understanding you correctly, your question is how are we going to facilitate aquatic transportation, as not everybody is able to walk among the air, so to speak. What we have in mind is we have access to various rivers which we can implement, but not all rivers will work. So we do have ideas for implementing different either tube systems, or we have access to certain magics that'll allow either water to go one way or the other, or we can set up certain access to various other aquatic ways that allow different size animals to move across.
That sounds ambitious. Noelle says. Go ahead, Spike.
I was gonna say, Bobert, same question.
Well, that is an expensive feat that we would have to take into consideration. I would propose that we would utilize the already systems in place, i.e. like the waterways, the sewer lines, and try and separate those into travel containers, so that way maybe you could get into town and then to specific locations. Again, maybe that would involve a lot of creating a board, councils with people that would be utilizing those to give their feedback more.
Noelle nods along with this, and she's like, "Are you suggesting?" I'm sorry, Bobert, but just to be clear, are you suggesting we use a pneumatic system like we have at the library?
Yeah, precisely. Something like that, but on a grander scale.
Yes, I believe Officer K of the Silver Thimble was really leading the charge on that technology before the event. She's like, both of these are very good. Oh, she's like, I'm not supposed to say these things during, I'm a mediator. I'm sorry. Is my mic still on?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Puffinstuff of the Silver Gazette, is it?
Yes.
Is that is that weekly, bi-weekly? When does the Silver Gazette go out?
It usually comes out about every Sunday.
Oh, excellent. Could you think we could get on a... Do you send them to people's houses?
Well, that's really what we're trying to get the waterways for as well. Because usually we can only get them to, the shore right now. It's not great.
Oh, your coastline specific paper. I understand. Okay. We'll talk. I'm not on... The diving bell's not on the coast.
Okay, well, it's just a thought. I would like to,
Oh, go ahead. Continue.
It's one of those. It's a dream of mine to be able to get this a little bit further inland.
And we all want to make your dreams come true, I'm sure. And then she looks around furtively for a second.
If you want to leave a copy behind, I'm sure we can have some people look at it and then see if we can't have someone run it for you until we get these other waterways up and running.
Much appreciate that.
Not suspicious of politician trying to buy a newspaper. That's not in character. I think that's just a thought everybody has. Just huh.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
Right, thank you so much, Flynn. That was great.
Okay.
Alright, Krieg, it is time for you to roll that 20-sider for me. A 5, you guys are rolling so low. Okay. So, there's a public gaffe. Krieg, what do you say that is a mistake? Like, you have to make a mistake in one of the questions. Like, you can try to walk it back, but you just know that you have to make the mistake. I don't know what you say, but it's something embarrassing.
Yeah, I was gonna point out the small otter. Cole. Or it's Sandy.
Absolutely, call him out. So we got Sandy joining the call, which is Cole, who I think has the record for playing the most characters in this game. Maybe I'm wrong.
At least ties with
Yeah,
I can't think of his name right now.
you joust. Yeah, you good.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Sandy, welcome. Thank you for standing up. They come and hand you the microphone.
Hi, Sandy from Seaside Sand Shifters. With we're the swift shifting sand sweepers for those on the seashore. Just
Of
a
course,
quick.
I have a card. 2 more and I get a free sand shifter.
Exactly. We pick up the garbage around the sands and whatever. This is a question for both of you. What guarantee do we have that you're not going to abuse the position of mayor to further your own business needs?
If you don't mind, Bobert, I'll go first.
Of course, yes.
So what we are here to do is set up a mayor that'll help the town. The town is more than one person. And I think at this point I'll try and make a mistake. So, and that, since with more than one people, we can make money off of everybody instead of just, as I meant to say, we can better enrich everybody's lives instead of just the lives of one person, as we want everybody to thrive and do well in their positions and not just squander away what they have at certain places.
She nods and she's just like, and same question to Bobert, Sandy?
Yes, same question.
Oh, well, thank you for the question. I appreciate that. That is a concern that everyone has. I would definitely always keep the finances open and available for auditors to review to show that I am, in fact, keeping my personal and political sides separated.
Short and sweet. And is there a follow-up, Sandy?
No, but I just want to say, and she tries to grab the mic. Please buy from the swift shifting sand sweepers, please.
I'm sorry, we can't actually advertise for you. I'm sorry. It's
a deal.
I don't think that Sandy's advertising. I think just pronouncing the title. Go on.
And like Noelle looks back and forth and she's like shrugs, and like the guard that was coming in, I don't know what this guard looks like. It honestly just might be Katori's like live-in like himbo that we saw like once. His name is Serge. He's got 4 arms and he's like 8 feet tall and green. Like Serge is dressed with like as a bodyguard, and he's just like got his hands on Sandy's shoulders, and then he's just like, okay, I'm sorry. And his other hand hands you back the mic.
She just drops it and scurries away.
Noel's just like, I would like to take this opportunity to mention this town hall is brought to you by the Diving Bell, and have fun coming down and drinking a nice Simmons, Crunchy Simmons. Coming up, we'll begin selling the Midnight Rush as well. And then she's like, that wasn't an ad. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask, we had someone called Hugh Manford with questions of his own. See if we can get a local. If you want to step up.
Absolutely. We have Hugh Manaford, you said?
Yes, I believe that's how he says it, but I'm not sure.
A skeleton with a very fake mustache shuffles forward.
Noel's like, oh, you must be one of the refugees from the... you're quite far from home, Hugh.
Indeed I am.
Go ahead.
I would like to know, what is your plans on funding this town's infrastructures and education system?
Absolutely, Bobert. What are your plans to help fund our great city?
Well, I believe we can utilize. Well, I know it's a touchy subject, but obviously, taxes are.
This is where his microphone cuts out.
Oh, okay. So, like, you don't actually have to say it, Rob, but, like, your plan sounded great. Like, you would have, like, whatever it was, would have won Hugh. Hugh, what would have the perfect answer for that have been? Like, what's Hugh looking for? You don't have to give me the perfect answer, but, like... But yeah, what you got? What kind of infrastructure do you want to see? Because this will tell me what the NPCs want to see.
Definitely fixing the roads and the waterways to make sure everything's in tip-top shape for travel.
Oh, okay. So, like, let me just ask a real quick question to everybody in the chat. Do we believe, based on two people coming up and mentioning this, that our roads are bad? Like, because, like, if we obviously have bad roads, because human wants more new ones, and we don't have a way for fish creatures to get around the city, which seems like an oversight on our part. Alright, so armed with that knowledge, Krieg, that there is a problem with the roads, and the fact that Bobert couldn't get the answers out. Maybe you even, like, you don't have to say that you steal it, but you hear some of the ideas that he's saying and being like, oh no, maybe we should get new roads. So,
well, while they work on fixing Bobert's mic, let me answer your question, as he is unable to at the moment. I feel like the best place to start is with our roads. Once we get the roads working and smooth so that they are no longer an issue, we can then tackle other issues. Because if people can get to places, they can, without it taking a long time, they can then spend more time on other things, such as improving their schooling or having fun after their long day at work. So we would want to focus on improving what's already there before we try any ambitious projects of adding on to. And anything left over we can utilize in the education system, as you had pointed out earlier.
absolutely. What a stunning answer. And I'm very sorry about that, Bobber. I'm sure that I think enough people heard what you were saying. You know, I'm sure it was fine. Mm-hmm. You guys only missed like a little bit.
Great from over here. I'm sorry you couldn't.
It did sound amazing. It was a great sounding speech.
Do you have any follow-up questions, Hugh?
Indeed, I do. After the Webball exhibition match. Oh God, I had trouble pronouncing that. I'm curious. What is your stance on undead? The Major General seemed very bothered by the idea of being a ghost.
I'm not sure if it's working yet, so I'll go ahead and answer first. I perfectly have no problems with undead. One of our friends, he goes by Tarkus. He is known as to being a great person, helping out around the town. We've come across a few undead as well. They seem to be nice people, so I don't see why we can't get along with the undead.
Oh, I'm sure your mic's working now.
Is my mic working?
Yeah,
Is it good?
I think so.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there's a little feedback. Okay. Noelle gets a little too close to your mic with her mic, and then she steps back. I was like, I'm sorry.
Okay, I just want to check. Is Krieg done? Are you?
Yeah,
did
I'm
you finish
done.
off? Okay, I just wanted to
no
make sure.
worries.
So
of
yeah,
course. Thank you.
I don't see any problems with ghosts, undead, flamingos. Why we all can't fish? Why we all can't just cohabitate and work together on boosting this economy? I know Krieg is on the same point too, since he worked with the dwarves so much in imprisoning the flamingos.
Terrible.
Yeah.
That.
Sorry. I know that you're in the middle of this, Hugh. Hello. I'm actually anonymous. I asked the question earlier. I would like to follow up. And this person, anonymous, they might be a flamingo. They might be. I think they're dressed as an ibis, but I think some of you aren't fooled.
Yeah.
And anonymous is like, yeah, Krieg, what were they talking about with the dwarves? You said terrible thing that? Is this in connection to the forced labor prison that Sal had created for the flamingos unjustly arrested in Dyad?
This is the first time I've heard of this labor prison. Do you have a source of where you've heard this, so we can?
Oh, these are just rumors. Nothing solid yet. Just rumors. And anonymous sits back down.
Okay. Well, I don't want to speak on anything we don't know for sure because we don't want to incriminate anyone else. So unless we can stick to things we know for sure, that would be great. It looks like Q was finished.
I agree with Krieg. We really don't want rumors to be spread. I mean, I'm sure Krieg would be more than willing to cooperate and investigate this so that it would come to light soon before the election is over.
Of course, we don't want any.
I'm sorry.
things.
I'm sorry, Noel.
Oh.
Name withheld from the Squawker Daily. I would like to follow up once again on these questions. Are you saying that you might use your influence with the Lockstitch Academy and by association the Wander Crew to investigate the claims that you are in fact in ties with crime lord of Dyad, Sal, and imprisoning dozens of flamingos underneath a mine while they are digging up null metal and casting bullets out of an anti-magic metal? How do you respond to the rumors? Just asking questions.
As I stated when I announced my candidacy, I am not a current member of the Lockstick Academy or a member of the Wander Crew. I am currently my own entity, so I'm sure we can. So I wouldn't be able to use any clout, as you said, but I'm sure we can have the interested parties look into these rumors that you spoke of, and if there is any bad dealings. I'm sure we can get the law involved if needed. But as of right now, I think we should stick to the Silver Thimble, as that's what we're here to discuss.
Noel just bangs her gavel a couple times. She said, you're right. This is not about claims against the Wander crew. Keep it civil, squawker. Daily. Do you guys have like a... Can I sign up for that paper? And then they basically have that conversation again. And she's like, okay, this is good. Any more questions from the audience? Or did either one of you have a statement to make?
I see there's a sheep jumping there in the background. Looks like they're trying to get your attention, Noel.
Oh, absolutely. Who?
Can we let the short sheep come up front so that we can hear her question?
It's like, hello, can you introduce yourself? Apparently short sheep.
Hello, my name is Lilac. I own a small bakery down in the Undercity. Moved then shortly before the event. I have a question, first for Bobert and then for Krieg. What is to stop food shortages like before and citizens inside the town refusing to cooperate and stop people from starving?
Well, thank you for that important question, and I appreciate you for taking time out to see us. I feel that it goes hand in hand with the transportation with the waterways for our earlier question. I feel that if we improve those waterways, it would help irrigation systems in the same point, therefore cutting back infrastructure costs and can help bring about better food for the population.
Does that mean you're willing to help out with the food shortage? I do know that it seems like your family is full on certain food items that you've been neglecting to share with the rest of us.
I have no recollection of such things, but I would be more than happy to disperse food and help keep the hungry bellies full.
Thank you so much. And then just one more question for both of you this time. How would you go about making sure that smaller shops such as my own aren't harassed as often?
Well, what we would want to do is make sure that your shops are taken care of. We'd want to avoid any of the big shops trying to muscle in and keep the peace around the Undercity, so that no untoward actions comes to any small shops. Because small businesses may not be the big business, but they still work hard to get their actions out there. So we'd want to make sure that there's some sort of force out there keeping the peace so that no one gets harassed unjustly. Robert, do you have anything to add?
Nope, I think actually that's something that Krieg and I can agree on. Unfortunately, that's one of my weaker points, but as hopefully Krieg as well, even though it seems like from the allegations he might be good at keeping people in line.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I think at this point, name withheld and anonymous are like sitting next to each other and they just fist bump.
And that's what we're here for, the unity of our towns. If one of us may have a weakness, one of us may have a strength. We want to bond together so that we can overcome any weakness with the strength of others.
Joaquin acting as Krieg's like political advisors in like a shadowy doorway, just doing the like pumping yes at Krieg's comeback right there.
I've noticed that I've picked out a lot of questions, and I feel like that's unfair to you, Bobert. Do you see anyone in the crowd that you'd like to take a question from?
Yeah, I believe I saw earlier a curvy, dark-skinned Naga out there.
Is there a sexy snake lady in the audience? I'm looking for a sexy snake lady.
I didn't think Korzaba could make it, but oh, I see who you're talking about.
Well, I seen you already answered a few questions about small businesses. But society is built on small businesses, and I guess this is a little bit of a follow-up. It's for both yins. What specifically are y'all planning to do for all the businesses here to have access to all the resources we need to succeed? More than, the bigger businesses that already got all that. Smaller businesses need a little bit of help too,
Yes, thank you for that, and that is a concern among all small business owners. I am fortunate enough to be rather successful with my entrepreneurship, and with that, I feel that us folks should take on more of the burden to help carry the smaller businesses, to help alleviate any burdens, and small businesses could get breaks to help prosper more and get a bigger jump forward. What say you, Krieg?
I agree. I also too started out as a small business and then made some good plans with some other people and was able to grow. So I think it's imperative that we are able to help out the little people in order to grow their business. Of course, we don't want to do everything for them because then, that wouldn't feel as good if you don't make it with your own two hands. But we're here to help, so we'd be happy to offer assistance where needed.
Appreciate both you.
Thank you very much. I have somebody right back there. And again, another flamingo stands up. This is probably not in a disguise, not disguising themselves as an ibis or anything. And the name, it's just like, hello, I'm not a fake name. And I have a question for both of the candidates. I'm going to start with Krieg here. Krieg, it has been said that you are no longer connected to the Wander Crew. Is this true? Have you taken yourself completely out of the Wander Crew?
Well, I have relieved my position as officer, but all of my friends are still on the Wander Crew, so I do interact with them from time to time.
Absolutely.
But it is mostly as a personal bias, and not a professional one, unless I do help out with things they ask for.
And I am fully in support of that. And Bobert, you would also agree that just because you worked with somebody in the past, you are not to be held responsible of what they're doing currently, correct? Like we wouldn't blame Krieg for anything that the Wander Crew does.
No, of course not. But my concern is that he stated that they're still friends. So would that be a bias for some of the activities that they do that seem to cause harm to Silver Thimble?
Krieg?
Do
you believe that you have a bias?
As mayor, if I am elected, I will withhold any bias I have and only look towards what has happened. So we would look at all the facts, and then if something bad has happened, we will try to uphold justice and speak that the perpetrators are reprimanded for anything that might have happened.
Nada nods, and she's just like, just a follow-up, less of a question, more of a statement, if you don't mind. So you would agree that Bobert should not be held responsible for any of the goings-on up in Consonant, correct? The fact that he is merely known to have hung out, but neighborly towards Elizabeth, does not say that he is responsible for any of those goings-on. Of course not. That is what we're saying. And Bobert isn't responsible for anything that has been happening with Billiam or anything that has anything to do with the Dalathys dark deeds. And so, of course, we wouldn't hold you responsible for any of the goings-on. Yeah, that's all. And she sits down.
Well, if we may move on to more questions for this Thimble instead of your family, if that's okay with you.
I do believe I saw a beetle in the background there. Juanita, maybe?
Not sure if they have a microphone, so can we get like a card with their question? Oh, cool.
Small translucent beetle with a hoarse voice eagerly asks, "Thank you for the time. I'm Granita, representing the farming grinders, and we would like candidates to address why they've been experiencing a fertilizer crisis and how will you fix it?"
Well, I believe that we should get a committee together of all the farmers so they can express their concerns and what they feel is causing such things. I believe we could have probably fix it with some agricultural improvements.
It sounds like your campaign and your platform is going to be a lot on the farming and the botany angles, Bobert.
Well, yeah, I believe that with everything that's just broke down over the Silver Thimble lately, that we need a resurgence and rebuild and make the Silver Thimble great. And I feel starting from scratch is the best way to do that.
Yes, and Krieg.
I believe my candidate over here, Bobert, has some good points. We do want to be able to talk with the farmers, so we can find out where the problems may lie. Talk to them directly, see how we can get some of these issues taken care of. If we can find out exactly what the problem is from them directly instead of trying to fix it ourselves, that would be the best. Since they spend all the time in the fields, they would know about it more than I would.
Absolutely. This is... Can I get a 20-sider from Bobert?
Oh,
another 3. You gotta roll again. I don't have,
Yeah,
not that low.
Get a 2.
You guys are like under 10 every time. Alright. Okay. At some point, while Bobert is talking, Krieg, you get to interrupt him, but not yourself. It's one of your supporters. So you're not going to look bad for it. So you can cut him off however you want to. Either cut him off or just like get into an argument. You have the ability to create yourself an NPC, or if somebody in chat wants to say that they are your supporter that we call in, that's fine too. But like, you have that ability now.
Okay. Yes, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name correctly. Is it Mr. Crow or Mrs. Crow? I apologize. It's kind of dark back there, so I can't.
Oh yes,
tell
from
exactly.
Safe Harbor Mutual. Yes, please go ahead.
Completely out of character. You guys are killing it. I need you to know that. But I didn't want to go out of the moment, but killing it.
Oh, yes, of course. Hi.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Take your time.
Hi. Hi, and oh, by the way, name's E.S. Crow, but it's kind of hard to say sometimes. Just wondering mostly about, how this proposed possible trade is going to affect the economic standing of the Thimble? Because trade in itself isn't a bad thing, but, stocks of current companies and small businesses and all that.
Yes, I do agree that if we have too much coming in at once, it might overflow some of the smaller businesses or make some of the things we can make here in the Thimble worth less. So we'd want to have careful integration of any trade that comes in, so we're not flooding the market, because everyone deserves to sell their goods for fair prices, and we wouldn't want to flood the market with any small trinkets that might cause harm to certain businesses. So we definitely want to keep an eye on that and try to regulate any trade that may come in.
Yes, I agree with my counterpart Krieg, and I want to thank you for that concerning of yours. I also believe that we should focus strongly on Silver Thimble for first as primary and boost the small businesses here. But I do believe that we shouldn't over-regulate the imports due to I'm a strong believer of supply and demand, and the economy will work itself out with the outside trades.
Oh, yes, of course. And just everything so far about the economy you've both been saying has been absolutely wonderful. But thank you so much for answering my questions, y'all.
Thank you very much, Crow. S. Crow. I'm sorry. E.S. Crow? E.S. Crow.
Her name's a pun. It's literally the word S. Crow.
I 1,000%. Yeah, I got it.
I believe there's a rather large rat person that's been trying to get our attention. I'm sorry for not being able to see you. We've just had so many people wanting to ask questions. It's hard to get to everybody. So if you would like to make it forward with your questions, we can address your concerns as well.
Hello, yes.
Yes. How can we help you today?
Hi, yeah, Mickey Lee here. Just wondering, what you planning on doing with the unions and the workers down at the plots? I hear a lot of talk about this way, like, how you call it, business and all this. Well, what are we supposed to do down there? Just give me an idea. Like, we gonna get any unions started anytime soon? Like, you open for negotiations about that? What about our wages too? Like, I know y'all have your own businesses to take care of, and I understand that, but we wanna try to have some of our own, like, time to ourselves down there. It's gotten pretty busy, folks.
Yeah, I want to thank you for your question. I know unions is a touchy subject. From a mayoral standpoint, I will try to follow as closely to what the people as a whole will want and what would be best for Silver Thimble.
Same question, Mr. Vernix.
Yes. We all care about our fair town, and everyone deserves fair working wages because no one likes to be overworked. We all would like to help out, so I figure we can get a committee together and then have everyone voice their concerns and address anything that may come up and try to avoid any pitfalls that we may come across, so everyone feels like they've been treated fairly and gets their time to work and their time to play, so to speak.
Thank you both.
And Noel just like looks over, and of course, we all know of the great union work that Mr. Vernix has done with the ghosts in the secret recipe, and that's come together really well. And correct, Krieg? There's no problems over there.
No, it's mostly thanks to our necromancer friend that we have been seeing around. Charity, she's really the one that's been spearheading that motion, and I thank her dearly for being able to take time out of her busy schedule to help me out with that situation.
And you guys see Peanut stand up in the crowd. He's just like, hello, everybody. Peanut. I work at the Lockstitch Academy. We all know me. And she's like, I would like to take this opportunity to point out the amazing work in accessibility that Mr. Vernix is just stating right there on his own. He has brought in a necromancer to negotiate a union of ghosts. Who else has done that? Bobert, have you gone out of your way to help unionize your family? How much of your family's actions can we actually just attribute to you?
Well, I do believe that is a weak point that I hope that I can strengthen and show that the community that of Silver Thimble that I am more than willing to take on and help within the community.
Peanut, it's just like, I'm just gonna say it, like, as I believe in this audience, I am Krieg's top supporter here, and I'm gonna call you out, Bobert. You're a murderer. You and Elizabeth and William, all of you are murderers, and we'll prove it. And I think Serge like grabs Peanut from behind, and he's just like, "No, you have," and he's like takes off his shoe and throws it at Bobert.
Roll to dodge it.
Oh shit! Yeah, go ahead, roll. 18 for sure. Oh, he looks terrible. You guys, I think there's like a moment where Anonymous and Name Withheld are like whispering back and forth. It's just, does he smell drunk? He's drunk.
I would like to apologize to my fellow candidate Bobert for the unsightly display that this cat Peanut has displayed. We all may have strong feelings here, but we all shouldn't use our personal grudges against people. We're here for the town, not for any grudge we may have against the other person, so I'd like to apologize for what just happened.
Oh, it's quite all right, Krieg. I appreciate Peanut. I know it must be an emotional time for him, and these allegations really do pull at the heartstrings, and I just hope for the best that all that were victims in this tragic time. But I do see a woman in the background from Silkstrand Fishery had a question.
Oh, that hairless bobcat. Nice.
I would just like to say that I was trying to give Krieg an advantage with Peanut, but it went really wrong.
That's why I felt like I should apologize to clear any misunderstandings that may have happened.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Make myself look better.
absolutely. We're trying. And yes, what was your name?
Filleray is the name. Call me Ray for short. My question is, I've been hearing a lot about what you two plan on doing in the future, but what have you done for the Silver Thimble that proves your intentions? What is it that what action have you actually taken before this campaign that shows you are ready to lead the city?
Well, as of now, I have just gotten back from helping the Wander crew set up their trade route with the lovely people of the from the bee villages. We
Bee
just
Haven.
got back. Thank you, Noelle. It escaped me.
It's
Bee
fine.
Haven.
And she just holds up some pink honey. Bee Haven honey, sold exclusively at the Diving Bell, and puts it back under the thing.
We've also gotten the trade route from Folksong up and running, as well as various other places. So I've helped lots of people arrive here safely. We have been able to assist with other things going on. I am looking forward to helping out in the near future, even within the next few days, to try and assess any problems that might be happening now we can address. What have you been up to, Bobert?
Well, I know it might seem scarce, but I have put out a very successful business that has brought many people together and improved relations within the community, and I feel that is a great starting point.
Can I
And
get
I hope-
Rico in here as my supporter for this point?
Oh sure, yeah.
He's available. If not, that's fine. I don't want to put him on the spot or anything.
If he can't join the call and just wants to type out what his character says, I'll read it.
Rico has good ideas, let's be honest. I mean, he is an amazing person, as always. How's everybody doing here in the town hall? Hope it's not too overcrowded. You got enough room to get around, and it's not too hot in here.
All right, Isaac, how do you interrupt Bobert?
Actually, a old tomcat hunched over and wrinkly. Now, hold on. I have a very important question regarding senior folk. You there, young fella with the lovely ties. How do you plan on assisting us disabled and elderly who can't work too good no more?
Well, I feel like both of us have lovely ties tonight.
Noelle's also just like, I bought this one special too.
It looks great, Noel.
Thank you.
I specifically mean what's your name? Robert.
Bobert.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Well, I believe the elderly can promote a lot in this community with their wisdom, and I feel like councils and boards would be a great location for them to start and to give insight on how to help improve Silver Thimble.
I suppose some of, I'll be honest, some of us we don't have the best opinions. I can tell. That Gecko fellow over there, he looks like he got some fresh ideas, because I've seen him doing work around Silver Thimble, and I think he's been doing some good things personally. But I don't know too much about you myself, to be honest.
Well, I believe that's where I could help show that I'm willing to listen to new ideas and take on new things. Even those that might side against me, I feel like they would be important. More of like a team of rivals, one might say, would be beneficial in helping the economy of Silver Thimble.
Noelle nods, and she's like, and thank you. And does that answer you? I believe that answers your question, fellow, right? Which it was not answered, but because of the interruption.
Well, all right then. I guess I'll take my seat. Thank you very much.
She's just like, oh, Serge, can you help? Can you help the old timer to sit down? I don't want.
No,
my mic's still on.
No, I got it. I'm fine.
Stop calling people old.
And yes, that answers my question. Thank you.
Noelle, how much time do we have?
I believe we have about another 30 to 40 minutes or so. I believe we should get a couple more last questions. I know I need to get one from, it's written down here. Now You See Me is in the audience. They had a mail-in question.
Okay, so maybe this question and two more then?
That sounds about fair. Rob, Bobert, can you give me a roll? Wait, no, Bobert's roll.
Krieg's turn.
No, Krieg's turn. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. Okay.
That's right, because it was a 7. And you're gonna roll like a 1.
Last time you said this, it didn't go well.
If you roll a 1, I'm calling rigged.
If I can type, that's the question. Roll 1, 3.
A 2. Okay. All right. Bobert,
change that?
I don't want you to change them.
That's fine. That's why I asked first.
Yeah.
But that means no one else can make it a 1.
Yeah, nobody else makes it a 1. We're going with 2. The second worst that he could have rolled. And I think that's the last roll for the night, so I'll tell you what the first worst, if he had rolled, would have been like definitive proof of a crime. Would have been the second worst. And the first worst. Second worst is Bobert, you have surprise witnesses. A group of people are going to come in here at any point that you want and throw allegations at Krieg and shut down one of his statements.
Perfect.
So just tell me when you want them to come in. And you don't have to tell me who they are. I already know who they are. So that's fun. Alright, so...
Can we get that mail in real quick? Then we can try 2 other people I saw.
Oh yeah, she's like, no, she's like, was Now You See Me in the audience tonight. I have your question in case you would, but if you are, please stand up and go up to the mic. I don't think we've named any characters Mike, so I can't make like a dumb joke there. Ah, yes. Now you? Or is it... Or See Me? Or is it both? Do I have to say it all at once so we all get it?
That's definitely up to you. So my question to both parties here. What will each of your policies be about espionage happening currently in and around the Thimble? Will our own information network finally get some infrastructure and diplomatic outreach support?
I ask for clarification on the question. Are you asking what we're going to do to protect ourselves, or what we're doing to be on the offense?
Both.
I would love to hear Krieg's response since since he's so close to the Wonder Crew, and that seems to be close to espionage as they come.
Well, I mostly keep on the diplomatic side. So I'm not too very familiar with the espionage, but we do have top people in that field that are willing to address any concerns that might have. I hear there's Akana. That's the name that's been brought up in a lot of reports before I took my leave. She seems to be very good at the information network, keeping sure any information that's not supposed to be out and about is stayed safe, because there are certain things that we want to keep close so we don't cause a panic, as well as any espionage that might be happening in the city. We are doing what we can to root out any unforeseen people and trying to address any concerns that the populace at large have. So I believe we can work together with everybody in sharing information so that no one feels left out.
Nada stands up. Sorry, Krieg, you said you have a spy officer named Akana? Akana is the Wander Crew's spy officer. Okay. Thank you.
Now,
sorry.
You're taking my words out of context here. I said we have an officer in the Wander Crew who works with information.
They stand back up. Okay, like a teacher. Wink. No, I was just. I'm sorry.
Response?
Yeah. No, I was like, I'm sorry for the interruption, Bobert.
No, I think Krieg handled that well. I want to thank for the question. I believe that espionage needs to be dealt with quickly and fiercely to prevent Silver Thimble from losing any of its valuable knowledge and economic growth. And I feel that we need to work on building the security around the Silver Thimble.
Any follow-ups now, you?
Well, I'm not surprised by the fluff shared here. No, not at this time.
It's like, thank you very much for the question. I believe this badger, the one that arrived late. Yeah, don't think I didn't see you come in and take your seat. I saw it. I would like. You seem to have a question. I saw their hand up earlier.
Oh, nice.
Hello, can I get your name?
That's Mix Marzipan.
Excellent, Mix Marzipan. What do you have? What kind of questions you got for our candidates today?
So, I used to work over at Fishtinger Industries, right? And I'm volunteering as a farmer currently. I was wondering when we would stop being so dependent on Lockstitch for seafaring, you know? They got a monopoly on trade right now that doesn't sit right with me. We helped them build those fancy damn boats that they use, and we should be able to focus more on doing trade as a city, not just with them.
Okay,
your concerns are very valid at the moment. We are, as mayor, I would be more than happy to look into different people working on trade. As of right now, no one's really stepped forward, so the Lockstitch has been the one taking care of the outgoing trade on the sea vessels. I'm sure we could get together the city and then have some trade directly with the city instead of the academy first. Diversify a little bit. It shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Excellent answer. Excellent question. And Bobert, how would you help get trade away from the Lockstitch Academy? How would you propose?
Yes, I want to thank you for that question. That is one of the challenges with bigger businesses. I do want to say that I appreciate your craftsmanship and your boats. They are very well made. I do believe this is one of those things that we don't want to punish big business or Lockstitch for, but we do want to try to improve.
Of course you'd say that, what with your big-ass casino.
I get your frustrations, and I hope that we can help boost small businesses that want to try and take on such a feat, and we can look into methods to do such.
Do you have any follow-up questions, Marzipan?
You're both full of shit.
And Serge comes up and she's like, there, Marzipan, there. We'll get you a tea, we'll get you a nice little, get a blanket over your shoulders, I'm gonna sit you down in your chair.
Sweetheart, I'm only 54,
We're
shut
gonna
up.
sit you down in your chair. We'll get you your crochet needles. I even put them through this tennis ball.
I ain't crocheting my life.
You're crocheting the needles. I don't know how Serge gets Miss Marzipan out of here, but
Had to have one. Goodbye.
Absolutely, thank you very much. I think that was like the last question real quick, so I'm gonna pop off the two that Krieg rolled. Coming busting through the doors are like a line of flamingos, and Krieg, you will recognize it. Maybe you won't, because depends on how much you can tell flamingos apart. That this is the group that were freed from the prison, and they are here asking for sanctuary.
Start off by asking, is there any other questions? As I see the back kind of explode. It's like, oh, I didn't realize we had such late people. Did they have questions, Noelle? They look like they're in a hurry.
And they start marching down the thing, and you see Serge steps in their way, and they just go around him like a river, just avoiding him like a rock. And they all we're here to tell.
Bobert?
But you would recognize these as Elizabeth's men, not your crew, but Elizabeth's crew.
But I mean,
you don't. You could just say that they're not friends of yours. They're probably not.
They're not friends of mine at all.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see what they have to say. This is a time for everybody to voice their concerns or questions. How can we help you? Can I get your name?
Hi, I'm fuck. I used all my good knowledge of flamingo names and naming my own flamingo, which is Allie Ann, and if you get the date card, you get to meet them.
One at a time. There's no need to crowd the front. It's okay.
Oh, they're definitely crowding the front, and they're all doing the little flamingo stomps. So they're not all staring forward at the same time. Some of them are literally just 360ing. And
you look kind of familiar.
Yeah. Remember when you broke us out of jail? That you broke into our warehouse and set it on fire? You remember that? And then Sal got us all and all chained us up into a basement to make guns for him?
Wait, you were the ones that were chained together in that crystal mine we heard a distress call from. Yeah, we were out delivering things for the people, and one of our lovely communication officers heard your distress call, so we wanted to follow up on that. Seems like the dwarfs weren't on the up and up as they were selling fake crystals, and then we kind of wandered into somewhere. Are you guys doing okay? You seem to be doing better after we gave you some of those lemon bars that Clem made for you. You look great, by the way.
The flamingos actually look back and forth at each other. They're like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess.
I hope you're okay. We made sure to give you those lemon bars, and you looked amazing, and then we saw that you had marched out of there. So you look like you're doing great, though. Do you need more help? I mean...
No, I mean, cool. Yeah, we're doing all right. Thanks for asking.
Oh, I'm so glad you weren't in poor sports when we found you. So I'm glad you're doing well. Were you able to?
We murdered a lot of the dwarves. I guess. I have a question for Bobert. Can we hang out at your casino? Because we don't got any place to go back to right now.
Absolutely. Without hesitation, you are more than welcome to get yourself back on your feet.
All right, yes. I think Elizabeth wants to kill us, but we'll talk about that later. Krieg, thanks for getting us out of jail.
You're welcome. I'm glad we were in the right spot at the right time.
Cool. Yeah, this went a different way than I expected this to go. Wander Crew's pretty cool. Bobert's actually a really nice guy. You guys should vote for him. But vote for Krieg. He got us out of jail. Noelle's just like, vote for everybody. And you know what goes well with a vote? A nice crunchy Simmons, as she pulls like a crunchy Simmons out of the side and just takes a big sip. So, do either one of you have do the candidates have any closing remarks for us? Those flamingos left on peaceful terms. Nothing bad happened there.
Would you like to send us out, Bobert?
Yeah, I will start. I just want to thank again Noelle for moderating tonight, for all the questions that we had, and for all the deep conversations. I want to thank Krieg for meeting with me tonight. I just want to say that as a entrepreneur of Casino and Spa and longtime supporter of Silver Thimble, I would hope that you all would vote for me and help make Silver Thimble prosper.
And there's a round of applause. A pretty loud round of applause. And Krieg, your closing statements.
Yes, wonderfully said there. As you said before, I would like to thank you all for taking time out of your busy day to listen to us. We have learned a lot here, and we've got a lot to work together on. I'll be there with you every step of the way. We're here to help out everybody, not just the big ones. We're here to help out the small people as well, and I thank you for allowing me to be part of this wonderful city. I hope you can vote for me so that we can make sure everybody has their time to shine and make Silver Thimble a great city to be a part of, and everyone will be happy to know they live here. Thank you. Have a great night.
Absolutely. There's a standing ovation for both of you. The ticker date is all over the place. Everybody's fucking just having a great time. And it's Noelle's just yeah, all right, let's go have drinks. And everybody's invited to a party
First
at the
round's
diving
on
bell.
me.
Yeah, it's everybody's just having a good time. I'm pretty sure. I feel this one really well. Here is the mechanic coming up, guys. You get to tell me whether or not, for all of the roles and all of the games in July, when you start the game, you tell me whether you're for Krieg or if you're for Bobert. You guys are all going to get your votes, and that's fine. Your votes are fine, but this is influence. So every natural 20 you roll if you're on Krieg's team Krieg gets a vote. Every natural 1 you roll if you're on Krieg's team, Bobert gets a vote. And vice versa. And that's
natural. Correct?
Natural. Even if you you can't change it to a 20. So there you go. So if you think that you roll 1s more often, then you want to pick the other candidate. And that is how we will know if either Bobert or Krieg become mayor in August. I think we'll have another. Okay, we'll have another thing in the middle of this. But this game went great, absolutely amazing.
I had fun.
You two,
just like a real town hall.
Basically, there was Flamingo showed up, stomped around. They were supposed to be because it's not a 1. They did not have any proof of a bad deed. They were just accusing you of something, and you switched it on them, which was really good.
Yeah.
I don't know how to recap this game. If you guys want to recap for this game, you kind of have to watch it. It's not a long one.
Good things happen. Bad things.
Good things happen. And mostly, Bobert seems to be very based on agriculture and those kind of waterways, and Krieg is based on. They're both very pro small businesses. And yeah. Oh, so tomorrow we are doing a normal. What's a normal speakeasy? But a speakeasy. We're doing a speakeasy. So tonight, tell me, put in the workshop channel, a scene that you want to do. Don't flood it, please, and just doesn't have to be descriptive, but a type of scene where you would want a scene. And if you're going to be available for tomorrow's game, because we'll be doing the speakeasy, and we're going to get the rest of July's schedule up. Nika's been messaging people for their games. So there you go. Check your DMs if you haven't. I would like to thank everybody that joined today's game. You guys did fucking amazing, every single one of you. I would like to especially call out Forge, because they had no idea we were going to do that to them. So
great.
And really started it off with just on the right foot. Just absolutely amazing. So again, thank you, Krieg. Thank you, Toast, and thank you, Rob, for playing. This game was awesome.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, and go listen to our theme song.
Please go listen to the theme song. We are quite pleased with that. It is in the workshop. I will even pin it momentarily, so you can find it once it gets buried. Thank you, everyone. You guys did so good. Just coming up with characters on the fly and giving them personality and all that good stuff. I am so impressed. It was such a good time. So we're going to wrap here, and then we will see you guys tomorrow for the Speakeasy. There will also be a game on Sunday that's an open sign-up game. I will try to get the sign-ups out there for that tonight. But if not, tomorrow. I am waiting for socials from the guy that we hired. So I will give those to you when I have them. So yeah, we're gonna go hack off and die, and see you guys tomorrow. Bye forever.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.